to the computer.
Hello, everyone. This is Melissa Marie, and this is Girlfriend, We Got You. Today, we are discussing, when did the holidays get so stressful? And Joy, where are you? I am with my co-host, the most beautiful, stunning, smart, intuitive girl I know, Miss Ashley Allen.
I really love that introduction. It makes me feel so good.
Yay! That's my goal.
I'm like, oh, this is great. It feels so special. Oh my God. So I think for those of you, I just want our listeners to know that this whole thing was Mel's idea to talk about the holidays and stuff. And which, it's fine. I'm like, it's fine. That's cool. It goes with it because it's holiday season. And we were talking about it before we decided to record. And it's one of the biggest things is I love when you were like, how did the holidays get so stressful? Because I'm like, yeah, how did that happen? Like, this shit's supposed to be fun.
Right? I know. And I think even more pressure on us moms to make sure everything is quote unquote perfect. So, and I feel the pressure even with myself, like as far as decorating the tree, baking cookies, making sure the kids get the gifts they want, even all the way down to, and this is so me, wrapping their gifts like perfectly. Like even my gift wrapping underneath the tree is like super adorable. And I even got gifts for my dogs. Like my dogs are getting winter jackets this year.
Oh my God. No, I love that. I actually like, do the whole Santa thing for the dogs. So I like have stockings for them and stuff. So I totally get it. I know. And it's so much like, I don't know about you also, but like, do you ever get, well, especially our kids are a little older, but like, this is my son's last year in elementary, and they'll send stuff where it's like, oh, it's pajama day. Oh, it's also a Christmas party. Oh yeah, we're also having this, and this. And then there's all this shit to do around town.
Right.
Right. Everybody's having a Christmas something.
Yes.
And it's just like, okay, well, let me go spend more money so I'm not a shit parent. Because let's just throw on the parenting guilt, the mom guilt.
Right. And let me tell you, listeners, I have not been perfect at all in that department. I remember I'll never forget this, when Carl was in pre-K. So it was before kindergarten. He was in 4K, they call it. And I show up to school and all these kids were in pajamas. I'm like, how did I not see the memo? And the teacher literally looked at me and was like, it was sent out 2 weeks ago. I had
like, look, you don't have to feel bad at all, because literally, I got an email from the teacher that was like, ma'am, excuse me, ma'am. Her email was like, we sent this permission slip home for Jude and it still hasn't been signed. And I'm like, what permission slip? Like, I didn't want to. They're like, the field trip's tomorrow. I'm like,
you know what? That just recently happened to me too. Carl was with his father for the week, but it was for it was the holiday concert. And he needed the permission slip. Like they do it different. Like I didn't remember with Caitlin that there was a permission slip for like her concerts, but I guess they do the permission slip for the concerts now, for like band concerts. I don't know, for the holidays. I don't know. Anyways, it never got signed. Chad and I both never even saw it. Like, so I was like, what do we do? I'm like, should we just skip it? He's like, let's just skip it. Literally this year, Carl did not play in the holiday school concert.
That is so fucking funny. Look, you know what? I love this so much because my son had something going on for school. It was like a few months ago. It's like this little fun run thing. They run laps. I don't know. They run in a circle at the school and you donate money.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be fun. And there's like a little DJ. And anyway, something happened that day. Oh, I think I wasn't feeling that good, or I don't know what happened, or maybe my daughter wasn't feeling that good either. And I'd already donated the money because I'm all about like, I'm like, I will donate money. I will buy whatever I have to. Just don't make me participate. Like I bribe my kids a lot with that too. Because I'm like, what do you want? You want ice cream for dinner? You want to go to the movies? Like whatever. Just don't make me do it.
Right.
And so like I literally like woke up and I told my son, I was like, we're not gonna go today. Is that okay? Like, you okay? You're gonna be sad you missed out. And I was like, because if you really want to go, like I'll take you. And he was just like, no, I mean, I guess. I was like, I will get like donuts and stuff. And he's like, okay. That was it.
I know.
That was it. That's all he needed. I mean, the amount of times I've bribed my children to get out of things. I mean, you are honestly forgetting stuff. I mean, that's normal. Me, I forget and I bribe them.
I seriously like, well, he's with his dad, and I know his dad probably didn't say anything, and I don't know. Like he never really said anything about it. We're just like, okay, we're just not, I don't know.
That's
Oh,
hilarious.
COVID's really bad in Wisconsin right now, like really, really, really bad. So, I mean, that could have been a card we used, which is not very far, like a fair card, but we really shouldn't be out and about. I'll be quite honest because of how bad it is, because it really is really bad here. Like I've even strict down to getting groceries delivered. And only doing the pickup and not going in the stores or doing anything. Like I've kind of settled down a little bit and going out. So, and I'm a girl that goes and does everything. I love to shop. So for me to say that, it's pretty bad.
Um, I feel the same. I haven't had my groceries delivered yet. Only because if I'm like, I mean, actually, I don't know why I haven't had them delivered yet, but I do the curbside stuff.
Awesome.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
Like
I'm gonna try it one of these days.
I think it's awesome. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I do the pickup, but I do love to have them delivered. I really do. And I'm very lucky, like in the area I live in, our delivery people are amazing. Like I've gotten some really awesome delivery people. So
Um, I do not have awesome delivery people.
okay.
I feel like, especially when I DoorDash stuff, it's hit or miss.
Is it?
Yeah, it is. So
That's stressful.
I literally had a DoorDasher hand somebody else my food
Oh no.
while they were walking on the sidewalk to my door. They happened to see somebody outside who was my neighbor and said, "Order for Ashley?" And they said, "Yeah."
Oh no way.
Took my fucking food.
I would be pissed.
The DoorDasher didn't even have the audacity. Just go ahead and walk a few more steps to the door.
Oh my God.
My luck with DoorDash is just not good. It's not good.
I've had some crappy luck with them too, so I'll be honest. Yeah.
But but I definitely do love the grocery store delivery thing. I mean, especially during the holidays.
Oh
Like
yes.
I have hated, like I really don't like going grocery shopping anyway, but especially during the holidays because everybody has lost their damn mind. And it's just everything is overcrowded. And it's crazy too, because okay, I have something really funny to share. All right. So Black Friday, I don't go shopping on Black Friday. If I do shop on Black Friday, it's online stuff.
Me too.
Because another thing is shopping online is just like a gift from God.
Yep, I
And
agree.
I fucking love it.
I love shopping online. In fact, I did so much great shopping on Black Friday, and I even worked on Black Friday. So I worked at the salon and got my Christmas shopping done at the same time.
That's amazing.
It was fantastic.
I literally like I have now, okay. So I've tried to do the whole like I think I've only done it like 2 or 3 times. And it was years ago where you get up super early, wait outside,
Oh yeah.
go in the store. And it was kind of fun. I remember one time I did it with my friends. It was kind of fun. We went to Starbucks and stuff. But then when I was like shopping, I was like, these are not good deals. Like this is not anything that's like, whoa, so spectacular. Like
Yeah.
to me, worth waiting in line for.
Right.
And I'm not one of those people that's gonna wait outside for it to open and pitch a tent because
Yeah.
that's fucking insane. Like I would much rather pay full price and be comfortable in my home and not look like an animal outside of Best Buy.
Right.
Um,
First of all, I do not go into a tent.
I mean, but it was nuts. Do you remember we used to see that shit on the news where people would literally pitch fucking tents?
I would never, ever, ever do that. I don't care. You couldn't even pay me to pitch a tent somewhere and sit outside somewhere. I would never do it. Like that is not what I would ever do.
The only time I remember one time, my ex sister-in-law did something like that when they were building a Chick-fil-A in our town. And if you were like the first 100 people or something, you would have gotten like free Chick-fil-A for a year.
What?
Now I would have probably done that because I love the hell out of some Chick-fil-A. Like I don't have over 10,000 Chick-fil-A points for a reason. Like there's a reason I have that many.
That's hilarious.
I love that Jesus chicken. But anyway, what I was gonna say though is I forgot that it was Black Friday. On Black Friday this year.
This year we're talking about, right?
This year, yeah. And I legit needed to go to the store and I want to just
Oh,
yeah, and actually it was funny because I don't know why. I just kind of blanked out and I was like, "Oh yeah, you know what? Because I'm off of work. It's the
right.
holidays." And I was just thinking, you know what? Jude really needs a couple of new hoodies. So like I'm gonna go see. I just need to pick them up. The weather's gonna change down here. Like I want to get him a couple of hoodies. And like I go and I'm looking and I'm like, why are there so many cars everywhere? Why are there so many people everywhere? And I was just like, duh. Like I
Right.
had such a brain fog. I was like, what am I thinking? It's Black fucking Friday. I am out of my house on Black Friday. I don't do this shit anymore. And it was still the middle of the day, So
Yeah.
I was just like, no, I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna order it online.
Yeah, I did a lot of shopping online, that's for sure. What
Yeah.
I did, because I just recently moved, was I accidentally I did a pretty big order from Old Navy, and I accidentally had my old address in there. And it all got shipped because I like their basics. I do a lot of their basics. So like they have like great sales during Black Friday. So I ordered like all three of our basics. And I'm
Yeah.
like, all right. So I got like a great deal on it. And it got so it came in like 4 packages and it all got shipped to my old address.
I hate when that happens.
At all different times because they won't send it out all at once. It's all at different times. So like I contacted the old, where I used to live, and then picked up 3 of the boxes, but I'm still waiting for another package. I'm like, these poor people hate me.
They're like, what the hell? You know what's so funny? I did that once before, but it was when I was like really into like these certain vitamin supplements and this protein powder. And
Yeah.
they only had it online. You had to order it. And like it was on auto ship and it got shipped to my old townhouse. And I was like, where the hell is my healthy shit at? Like I was so pissed. And then I was like, oh, I never changed the address. So
Yeah.
like I went over there and the guy was super nice. He was like, yeah, looks like some health stuff. I don't know. And like he handed it to me and I was like, this is the only reason why. That guy was just like, I'm not interested in this. It's the only reason why I got it back.
Right.
Probably like keep your damn fancy vitamin. That's so funny. I absolutely love shopping online. I think it's the best thing since sliced bread.
I
Um,
think it made it a lot easier with the holidays. I think it has. Like, I enjoy shopping online, and I think that's one part of it. I think that's helped a lot.
you know what I don't like though? I don't like the fact that I feel pressured to spend my money on every single little fucking thing around the holidays. I feel like that's the thing, you know? Like,
Do you feel that? I mean, well, I get that. Yes, I do. I was like, do you feel that way? I, I would, I feel, I would say, yeah, I kind of feel that way with the kids more. I've gotten to the point where I have now dropped so many people during the holidays as far as gifts. I might do a couple like little things here and there for maybe someone, but for the most part, I really don't even buy gifts for anyone other than for the kids.
yeah, because we used to do, well, my family has this rule. And in my family, if you get a Christmas gift from everybody, if you are up until you're 18, or no,
Okay.
no, I'm sorry. I take it back. 21 or married.
Okay.
So I stopped receiving gifts a long time ago because I got married really young.
Hmm.
And then we decided later to do something for the adults to do White Elephant. But like my family are really lame at gift giving.
Oh, that sucks. It's like
Like
life. Yeah.
seriously, one time there was like 3 crock pots.
You know why? Because they're cheap and everyone likes them.
I was like, mother truckers, it was $50 for the White Elephant. And I know that that crock pot was not $50.
Oh no, no way. No way.
So take your Black and Decker, Elizabeth, and go home. Bye-bye. I, on the other hand, get really cool shit. Like I've gotten like the Bluetooth like doorbell with the camera.
Ooh.
Like I got a really good deal on that where I mean, and if it's not $50, like I'll supplement with like a gift card or something.
Yeah.
And you know, or like I remember one time I also got like an Alexa, you know,
I
which was
did that one year when I was doing a white elephant over with some friends of mine. Because on Christmas Eve, I don't have the kids and
mhm.
I really don't have family around here. So I usually go over to my girlfriend's house and they do like a white elephant. And I did the Alexa one year and I thought that was fun. Yeah,
Yes, and people love it because
they
really,
did.
even if you have an Alexa already, you can use it for another room.
Right.
You know, I mean, you can always use another one, you know, the little
Yeah.
echoes or whatever that
Yeah,
goes on.
that's what I did, the little echo guy. Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, there's like so many cool things. Or like sometimes when Amazon runs them on sale and it's like holiday season, I'll get that and I'll pair it with like Bluetooth outlets.
Oh, I love that.
You know, because you
Yeah.
can install it and it'll sync with
Yeah.
your Alexa.
Yeah.
So I've always like been kind of thoughtful with that stuff, but the rest of my family is like, look at this really nice spatula. I'm like, you know what you can do with that spatula?
Oh my God, a spatula.
It
Oh.
ain't it ain't baking. So
Very few people bake nowadays. Like very few. It's not like baking like back in the day, like with their grandmothers. Like very few people do bake.
right. Actually, this year I'm gonna tell you, I volunteered to make the main dish for Christmas dinner. And you know this is a big deal because I don't cook.
Mm-hmm.
But I volunteered because my grandmother let, no offense to you, Melissa, I know you can cook. This is not all Yankees. Not all Yankees are the same.
Oh
And I
God.
know you're originally from California.
I
So,
am. I
so
am.
you're special.
I am special.
But this woman, my aunt, who is a straight up Yankee, doesn't matter how long she lived down here, she cannot get the recipes right. And she butchered Thanksgiving dinner, like 4
Oh.
staples that make the Thanksgiving meal so delicious. She butchered, and I couldn't even get the right rolls. So I am like, My grandmother literally called me last night about Thanksgiving, and she's like, "I think I'll make King Ranch chicken." I said, "No, you're not." I said, "No, you're not. We are gonna do a beautiful, like, Tex-Mex feast." I said, "Whip out your crock pot, make a queso. I am making the fajita meat because I know how to make it. It's gonna be so good."
Ooh, love it. In California, like our tradition was to always have Mexican food for Christmas.
Yes, I love
That's our
it.
tradition in California. Yeah. So until I moved to Wisconsin, like I always had like Mexican food for like
Oh, yeah.
Christmas.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
like the tamales and like the
So good.
salsa, like everything was all homemade. It was amazing. And I
Mhm.
loved it. I loved it. I kind of missed that. Oh, I kind of missed that. Maybe I should start that back up. I
So
missed
good.
that.
I mean, literally, like, I go to this, they call it a tortilla, and where they
Yeah.
make fresh tortillas.
Oh
Go there,
gosh, that
pick
sounds
them up,
amazing.
and there's this really great little mom and pop, Mexican meat market where they have everything already marinated, and the meat is so good. Like, and it's so
Ooh.
easy to just cook, and that's why I was like, "No, I'm buying it, I'm doing it." Tell people to bring chips and salsa. Like, no,
Yeah.
because they can't trust these people.
Oh,
Yankee
I
people in my
love that. And I kind of miss that tradition a lot. Thank you for bringing that up because I love that. I love that a
Mm,
lot.
yeah, it's so
Right there,
good.
Callie. It does. It's
Yes. Oh,
definitely not
man.
a Wisconsin thing.
I know, and I was like, "You know what, y'all, you done let her run Thanksgiving. We're not doing this for Christmas."
No,
You
no.
know,
No.
and
Good for you.
so
Take control, Ash. I love it.
but I just feel like, I don't know, the holidays kind of get so, if you think about it, you have to buy more food,
Yeah, you do.
or bring food or whatever the case may
Mhm.
be. You're spending, you know what it is though? It's you're spending more money, and there's so much pressure to spend more money in
Well, and if
society.
you don't have that money, then it's really more pressure. And then it gets really stressful and depressing. And that's
Mhm.
when, people don't like the holidays.
No. And another thing is like, sometimes people, have lost loved ones around the holidays,
No. Yeah.
or they've just lost loved ones, period. And then, holidays are marketed as family, family,
Yeah.
family. And then, your family is gone.
Yeah.
It's left to make you feel depressed.
It is.
Um, my mom, it's coming up on 10 years. She passed away December 29th. So,
Wow.
like, New Year's Day, we were at the funeral home. It was the day of her funeral. So it was like, it was really shitty. It was a
I
shitty way
bet
to
it
spend the holiday.
was. I bet it was.
So it was very difficult knowing that my mom was, dying in the hospital on Christmas Day.
Oh,
So it's
Ashley.
terrible. And then, I have a friend also. It's like, this is she lost her son. He was only 19. And she's having to spend the holidays, and it's really rough for her. So,
Mhm.
I mean, there's just so many things. And then, not only that, but yeah, I just feel like, since when, you know what? Oh my God, I just thought about this
What?
because we're talking about it out loud.
Okay.
So, you know, I know it's probably obvious to other people, and people are probably thinking, well, duh, Ashley. But, really, who benefits from us spending a lot of money?
Oh, it's our society all the way.
So and everybody buys into it. I mean, all the way up to the schools, where the schools are like, do this, do
I
that.
know.
We're
I
having
know.
this, we're
It's
having
just
that.
the way our culture has like formed. You
Hmm.
know, um, prior to this, to the listeners out there listening, I actually was going through because I wanted to talk about the different types of celebrations during the Christmas time because there's several different ones that we don't normally talk about. And I feel like this is going back to what you're saying, Ash, is there was a time in culture, and this goes across the world, where it was not all about spending money. It was not all about like all the crazy, I guess the craziness that we go through right now. It was actually a time of just getting together and a time for like kind of like a time of like celebration of life.
Mm-hmm. No, you're right. And you know what? It just feels like that we've lost that.
We did. I believe we have lost that.
And it's been a long time. Like we've lost that for a long time.
Yeah.
And it's weird because like I love seeing the look on my kids' faces when they open up their gifts.
I know I do too.
Like
I
it makes
know.
me so happy.
Oh,
And it's so weird because like, you know, I'm like, are we conditioned? Are we conditioned to like this? You know what I
no,
mean?
we
But
just love to bring joy to our family, and that's just the way that we know how.
yeah, this is true. I
That is,
mean,
it just, it is what it is.
like it makes me really happy when I bribe my kids and they love it and then I love it and like everybody's happy and we all
Right?
we want. It's like yes. Um, but no, I mean, yeah, I totally get that. Yeah, I think that's true. Like, you know, we bring joy, you know, it brings us joy being able to do something like that for our children. But, you know, I remember there were times in my life where I literally didn't know how I was going to love Christmas for my kids.
Oh, hands down for me. Like I was thinking back when you were talking about Black Friday and doing the Black Friday. Back then when Black Friday was really big and like everyone was going doing getting up early and going to Black Friday, I couldn't even go cuz I didn't even have the money to do it.
Yeah.
Like I never experienced that day after Thanksgiving, Black Friday. I never experienced that because I was one of those individuals who never had enough money to do that. And I
Hmm.
would literally scrape for the kids when they were little for Christmas, like right before Christmas.
I would do it too. And sometimes, especially when my kids were really little, I would buy like secondhand stuff.
Oh yeah, I did that too.
I would buy
Yeah.
secondhand stuff, or I mean, you know, I would like sell things of my own or palm
Yeah.
jewelry of mine, you know, just
Hmm.
so I could, you know, they could have a decent Christmas, you know, or make it look like they got a lot of stuff because they were little and it was easier to like, you know, kind of fluff it up and pull it off, you
Oh
know.
yeah. Yeah, it was so easy to fluff it when they were so little. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, I was the same. Like I remember the first time I had money to go shopping for Black Friday, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna go, I'm gonna do it. And then that was when I was like super disappointed because I was like, these aren't really what kind of deal? This is not a deal. Like, what
Right?
the hell?
I finally could afford like all that stuff like when like the online shopping came like really popular. So then I was like, well, I'm just gonna sit at home and do it at home. Like
Yes.
I just was like, I was like, I never did it before, and why am I gonna do it now? And I'd rather be up at 5 o'clock in the morning shopping with my coffee in hand and my dog and the other hand and
Hell yeah. You know,
you
it's funny. I was at work the other day and I saw one of my staff members, he had a PS5, like he was on like the Best Buy website on his
oh
computer
God.
at work. And I said, what are we doing? Like, and I was just messing with him, you know,
Yeah.
because I was just like, we having fun, we catching up on some shopping. And he was like, look, I got really lucky and I just bought this PS5 for my son of Best Buy. And I
Oh.
was like, you did get really lucky because they are literally sold out everywhere. He's like, I know. I was like, I'm not mad about
Yeah.
it. I was like, I'm not
Yeah.
mad about it. Continue on. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just like, so don't even, I don't know. It just doesn't bother me, especially when it comes to like holidays and stuff,
Yeah.
you know? So I totally supported him online shopping while he was at work. And I want
That's awesome.
I wanted to be like, remember my support when you're also finishing
Right.
your Christmas shopping. Remember your boss, please.
Yeah. I love that.
But no, even it was so funny because he had it shipped to our office. And
Aw.
so I got so excited when it got there. I was like, your PS5 came in.
I would too. I would totally get into it and be like, yeah.
Yes. Yes. I was like, it's here, it's here. And he was like, really? I was like, yeah, go get it. I was just like
Aw.
so happy. It was so funny. I'm like the biggest hype man for people. I swear to God.
I know. I'm the same way. I get that way too.
Mm. But you
Ah,
know what? I was wondering. So I know that you've been looking up different stuff for like holidays, like um different celebrations.
yeah. I kind
Instead
of
of
got into that a little bit.
yes, instead of just mainstream Christmas. Um, because I have something I want to ask you because I know you know more about it than I do. But I remember my daughter making a joke or making a comment or something. It was like not too long ago. And she said something about we need to convert to Judaism. And I was like,
For Hanukkah.
yeah. I was like, but I love Jesus. Like I was like, we were Catholic. What are you talking about? Like,
You can still love Jesus and be Jewish.
yeah, I was like, wait a minute. Like I mean, you want to talk about extreme differences.
That is extreme. In
I
some
was,
sort, yeah.
I know, and I was like, okay, well, why? And she was just like, well, Hanukkah, you get like a gift every day. And I was like, okay, which I kind of knew, but I didn't really understand the whole concept. And I think it's like 8 candles, isn't it?
Yeah. So what's really interesting is when I was, because I really wanted to support my Hanukkah friends that celebrated Hanukkah. So I really was like interested in the holiday and why they celebrated and what kind of came about from it. And I felt like it was very, very interesting. So first, like this year in particular, it started on November 28th and actually ended on December 6th.
Oh,
And so
really?
yeah, I thought, isn't that interesting?
Yeah, I see. I don't know why, but I always thought it like always happened in December. And for
Me
some reason,
too.
I always thought it happened around our or people's Christmas day
Yeah.
celebration,
So
you
I
know?
don't know how it fluctuates like with the time frame from year to year, but it's actually a celebration of a victory that they had from the Syrian army. And they celebrated 8 days of festival of lights. So that's why you light each candle for the 8 days, because those were the 8 days that they celebrated back then for of the lights. So they call it the Festival of the Lights. And so traditionally, there's gifts, there's game playing, there's lots of holiday food. So I just found it very, very interesting. I'll be honest, before I even like gathered up some information on it, I thought it was more on a religious part of it. Like I thought it had to do with God, to be honest. Like I thought it was something to do with that. I had no clue that it had to do with like a victory of a celebration, a victory that they had over the Syrian army.
I wouldn't have thought that either. I would think that the significance had to do, yeah, something along, I don't know. I just would have not guessed that.
Yeah, like I just would have thought it would have been like I don't want to say like religious because this is I mean this is a religious holiday. I just thought it would have had more to do with God. I don't
Yeah.
know. I not over like like a victory over like a war or whatever. Yeah. And I
Well,
still need to know more about it. Like, but that's what I read about it.
well, I mean, I would love to, you know what I would love? I would love if we have any listeners that are of the Jewish faith or
Yeah.
former or practice or currently practicing. I would love if they would like write in and like, you know, share their experiences of Hanukkah
And
and stuff.
educate us.
Yeah.
I want to be educated a little bit on it.
Yeah, I mean, if they're willing, if they want to
Yeah,
put
absolutely.
put in the effort, that would be like so great. We could like read it on air and stuff. It'd be
Yeah.
so fun. And I would love to. I would love to learn about that because I find like other cultures and religions and stuff so fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's always such a deeper meaning behind things, you know?
There is. And it's not just with what we grew up with. There's so many different things that other people like celebrate, even across the world, and especially during this time of the year. It's not just one thing. There's multiple things that, people are celebrating.
Yeah, because you actually celebrate Yule.
I do celebrate Yule, which I'm so excited. I love Yule. So Yule is a celebration from Northern Europe. Around Europe, it originated way back prior to the whole Christianity, medieval, like all of that. It's been around forever. And there's different traditions depending on what part of Europe you're from. But typically what it is that from the December 21st to January 1st, or December 31st, whichever, you will burn a log, a straight fire in the fireplace to heat during those nights, and you cannot let the fire go out. So it's like a tradition to keep that fire going the whole entire time. So that's the important part of it. And you keep it, and you light it on the 21st, it goes to the 31st, and the 21st or the 22nd, which by the way, my birthday is the 22nd.
It's coming.
Woo, I know, I'm so excited. It actually is the shortest time of the year, meaning it's the shortest daylight time in the year. So yeah, it's very
so amazing.
I love it. Some really cool like Yule things during the celebration of Yule is a lot of like feasting, a lot of gathering of family. There is a little exchange of gifts, but the gifts are more like based on like natural gifts, like gifts of the earth, because it is a celebration of like the winter solstice too. So that's a part of the celebration that incorporates during that time. What's really cool is like some of the traditions is they would grab, instead of a Christmas tree, they call a Yule tree. So like back in the day, they would go and cut down their Yule tree. And then at the bottom stump of the Yule tree, they would cut that down, put up the tree, and then that Yule stump is what they started their fire with.
Oh, that's cool.
Isn't that cool?
That is so cool. Can you imagine though, like going and like, hey, you know what? We're gonna literally go pick out our own tree and chop it down.
Well, people around in Wisconsin do it all the time. I'm actually like a rarity to have a fake tree. Like when people hear I have a fake tree, they're like, why don't you cut it down?
That is so funny.
Yeah. And I know in Texas is different because I know I grew up in California. So I'm used to having my fake tree. But here in Wisconsin, there's huge farms, and that's tradition for a lot of families to go and cut down their own tree.
That's really cool though.
It is.
To me, I mean, like that's really cool. But then also that's like a lot of work for me. So
I know, poor Ash. She's even been hearing about how much snow I've been clearing out in my driveway. It's just like, oh my God.
Like it stresses me out and makes me exhausted. And I don't even live there.
I know.
I'm so tired for you. I'm like, who can we pay to get this snow off the ground for you? I will donate to the cause.
I know, it's so funny.
Oh my God. But
Going back to the Yule log, what was really cool too is like one of the traditions in France. So in France, that's a part of their tradition too, to do a Yule log, but they actually will pour wine on their log and they light it. So then it smells up the whole house. And it's supposed to be a beautiful fragrance with the log and the wine.
Ooh, I really like that. That is so freaking cool.
Isn't that cool? Yeah.
Wow.
So there's a lot of traditions that like are around Yule. One of them is a dessert, which is when I kind of looked up the dessert, I saw it actually was baked not only in the northern part of Europe, but it was also in like Middle Eastern countries, and also like in, I saw Taiwan was also another country that like also baked this too. And then, like the Yule log is a pastry, and you lay it down on like a flat sheet. You bake it and then you roll it up with a center, like a filling in the center, and then you coat it with like a frosting or something on top. So it's like a log. And then yeah, it's so
Oh
amazing.
my God. It kind of
Yeah.
reminds me of like that pumpkin cream cheese log, like the bread, you know?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's so good.
I know. And I'm really excited this year because this year, one of the ladies that I follow, her name is Maria Emmerich. She has her company is Keto Adapt. And since I was diagnosed with cancer, I have been doing cancer for keto, carnivore. I've been really strict on my diet. And a lot of my teachings that I've learned are from her. Like she is my main person that I follow. And this year, she came out with a Yule log dessert. And it's all sugar free, it's gluten free, it's everything that I can eat.
Wow.
So look out. I promise you, I'm not going to sit in front of my TV with the whole log, just, eating it.
Well, you know what's funny when you told me about her, I was like, I really have to look her up because I have made a promise to myself that I am going to start cooking more
Yeah.
and I'm going to find my joy in cooking.
Yeah.
So
It's in there, girl.
I know it is. I know it's in there. I just got to dig it out. And I got to remind myself that I'm cooking for me and I appreciate good food and my children and they appreciate good food and it's all good.
Yeah.
Plus moving into my new house with the big ass kitchen, it's going to make me want to cook more. So now when you told me about her, I went on her Instagram and I couldn't believe how knowledgeable she was and how cool her recipes are. Because you know how you have some recipes where it's like, oh yeah, it's keto. And you're like, what the hell? Like this looks like so basic. Her stuff does not look basic.
No, her
It's
stuff is the real deal. And you know that cloud bread that's all over social media?
no, what
So
is
it's
that?
so it's this bread, and it's actually the original name of it is the protein sparing bread. So it's funny, it's one of her recipes. It's a bread that is zero carbs and zero sugar. And I seriously like will do a slice like while I'm at work, and I'll just do like a couple slices with some mustard and some like ham or turkey on it. And it fills me up and it gives me the protein that I need. So what's really interesting is I was making this bread all the time, and Caitlin, my daughter, she's like, Mom, why are you making that cloud bread? I'm like, what do you mean cloud bread? Well, whomever within social media switched it around. She is the original person that came out with that cloud bread. So you listeners out there that know what that cloud bread is, that Maria is the one who invented that cloud bread. So it's originally named the protein sparing bread.
Oh my God. I wish she could have patented that or something.
I know. I know. I got to give her like the kudos out there for that because she is the one who came up with that. And that thing is the most amazing thing I have ever made. Seriously, you can make like little rolls, you can make bread, you can make so much out of that stuff once you get it down. I'll be honest, it took me 3 times to get it down. And her YouTube video. Thank God she has YouTube videos.
I know, like I was looking at her page and I was like, God, this stuff looks so good. And I am just like so excited to try some of her recipes and stuff because it looks delicious. And honestly, out of all, I mean, I've tried everything out there. You know, I've tried all kinds of different diets, different meal plans, meal prep, whatever. Out of everything that I've tried, I actually adore keto because
I do
it
too.
actually has the most things that I enjoy to eat, that I love to eat.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I mean, as much as I love carbs and sugar and stuff, I mean, having really good meals that are filling Keto hits all of that for me. And so
Well,
I
and
was, yeah.
I like to not be hungry. Like my biggest thing, I don't know how many times any of you listeners out there have tried so many diets and you're starving. There's
Mhm.
nothing enjoyable about being starving. So the one thing about like being on keto is I feel like you still stay full. Like I have never been hungry on keto.
Me either. I get so full and it's so good. Um, and I mean, I get to eat fajita meat and guacamole and like it's awesome.
Right? You're like, I love this.
I do. I mean, if I have to skip the beans and rice, so be it. But I get to eat the good, juicy fajita meat, and that is like the best.
Yeah, I agree. Well, and being a cancer patient too, from going through chemo and everything that I've gone through, my body is in so much pain all the time from the inflammation and everything I've gone through that this honestly, and it's hers, it's not just any keto, it's actually her protein sparing, her carnivore, her all of that side of it that actually has relieved all the pain in my body naturally.
Yeah, because you have to be careful. And we've talked about this before because dairy intake, aggravates the inflammation.
Oh, yes.
And, you have to be careful with that. And I mean, I knew that from when my mom was going through all that stuff years ago. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I really love her. Check her out. Absolutely.
Yeah, I'll make sure to put her Instagram handle and her YouTube links and stuff in the show notes for people that want to check her out because
Yeah.
she actually reached out to you recently, right? And she sent you
Yeah.
a recipe.
She sent me the Yule log recipe. And I was like, oh my gosh. I was like screaming. I was so excited because I saw her post the Yule log on Instagram. And right away, I was like, oh my God, I want that. I want to do that. Like, that's going to be, I'm going to make that in my kitchen. And right away, she's such a sweetheart. She really, truly is. And she sent me the recipe right away. And I just appreciate that so much. And it's going to be made this year. And I'm going to try not to eat it all in one setting.
Oh. That's so
If
funny.
I'm watching Hallmark, I could just see myself watching Hallmark movies, eating my Yule log.
And I'm the same way, but you know what? I'm so terrible. Like I love healthy food and non-healthy food. I would probably eat that damn Yule log while sipping hot chocolate.
I think she makes, oh my gosh, she does. She does make a keto hot chocolate. So
Okay, now I need to look at it. I need to do a
she
deep
does.
dive. I gotta do a deep dive on her recipes for sure.
It'll save you this holiday.
Yeah, and she has a huge following too.
Yeah, she does. Yeah.
So
She's really cool. Yeah.
I'm super excited. I'm super excited to try her stuff. Um, but yeah, also that's another thing. That's another thing that's stressful for people since we're talking about this is like eating around the holidays.
Well, yeah, staying on track is very stressful. It used to give me anxiety, like especially after I had the kids and I gained like a bunch of weight. Like I would get really super stressed out going to other like people's house and feeling like I had to eat their food and their food was totally not what I should have been eating.
Hmm. I understand that completely. When I used to be like super fit and I used to like measure my food and stuff, I would get nervous if I knew I had to go to an event or somebody's house or something, and I knew there was going to be a lot of good food there, and I was super strict. So I would eat like my grilled chicken and my veggies and stuff before I would go.
Yeah.
And then I would try to find the least, fattening whatever thing they had, and I would try to nibble on that and be
Yeah.
like, "Oh, I'm good. This is all I want," or "Oh yeah, this is great. It's okay," and play it off because I was so paranoid I would eat something and like diminish my hard work and all of that.
Yeah.
It
It's
was too much.
true.
It's too much. It's too
It
much.
is. It's true. That is very stressful.
Yeah. I mean, and then if you do want to indulge, then you sometimes you have guilt afterwards. why did I eat that? Oh.
Yeah.
I've just kind of become like, food is
That-
such food is such an amazing part of life, of everyone's life. We're so lucky to have it and it's so good and we can do so many different things with food. I'm just like, it brings people together.
I
It's,
know.
it's just one of
Yeah.
those things that's just like special, and I feel like people can have a balance with it.
I do too. And I have given myself a huge break from being stressed out over food.
Mhm.
Um, I- I'll be honest, even doing this lifestyle change with eating differently after being diagnosed has made a difference. But even if I'm out and I mean, I'm not supposed to have dairy or sugar at all, but I'll tell you what, there's been a couple of times where my kids want ice cream with me, and I still have a little bit of ice cream with them.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
just
for
do.
sure.
Because to me, it's like the experience, and this could be just after the fact of after my diagnosis of my thought process. But for me, it's that experience. Like I want to sit down and enjoy the moment with my kids. And that goes like with friends and family during the holidays. Like
Oh
I
yeah.
want to enjoy that moment.
You know how much hot chocolate I've bought?
I
I
love
mean,
it.
like, and it's so true because I have been struggling to, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be very open. Since I had my surgery, it's been about 4 weeks. I couldn't really eat anything the first week and a half. My throat was hurting so bad from the tube or whatever. And then after that, I was just like, I'm hungry. I'm hungry. I want to eat on some stuff. I want to have a balance. Then the holidays came around and my son has gotten to where he really likes to make hot chocolate for me and my daughter. And it's really sweet. I mean, he's only 10 and then he was
It's
just like,
the experience in the moment. I
oh
love
yeah.
it.
So what I decided to do, I was like, you know what? I don't drink milk. Like I usually just drink almond milk.
Right.
Or I'll have some heavy whipping cream or something in my a splash of it, like at Starbucks or
Mhm.
something. I don't have a whole lot of dairy like that, but
Yeah.
I've decided to buy I started buying like organic, like non-hormone, non-fat milk or whatever.
Yeah.
And so just to try to like lessen it a little bit, lessen all of it.
Yeah.
Because my kids know the difference between almond milk and
I know my kids do too, because I do dairy free too. Like
yeah.
I'm really dairy free. And yeah, it's the same thing. Like my son won't even get near almond milk. Caitlin's actually doing better, but my son is like, oh hell no, mom.
Yeah. So my kids are like, I'm on to you.
Yeah.
Can't trick me.
Yeah.
So, I'd let him fix me a little cup. It's not gonna hurt, but it's really sweet. And he puts little marshmallows in there and
Oh,
he's
so
so
sweet.
excited about it. He's just like, I get your hot chocolate, mom. I'm not gonna say no.
No, you're not.
Hell no. And I'm gonna gobble it down. And it was so good. I'm like, you know what? A cup of hot chocolate's not gonna hurt nothing. Even if, and we've been having it. We've literally been having a cup of cocoa in the evenings.
Oh,
Hmm. And
you
it's
know what? I would be very curious. You should look up Maria's hot cocoa like recipe. I would love to see what's in it.
oh well, maybe I could look it up right now while we're
I'm
talking about it.
just curious as we're talking because I would be in the same situation as you. If my son made me something, I would be there. There's nothing in the world that would tell me to say no to my son. Like
Yeah.
no way. Especially to sit down and like enjoy but I'm just curious as we're talking, just kind of like I wonder what makes her so different because she is mostly like dairy free, sugar free, gluten free. So I was just curious of what she would have in it.
Oh my God. She posted something yesterday. She said, who wants to come over for my protein packed zero carb bread pudding? And it looks like heaven on a plate. I'm
After
sorry.
getting distracted.
I got so distracted by the deliciousness happening on her Instagram.
You on track, Ash. On
I'm
track.
sorry. I'm going back. here. She's got,
Hot
let's see.
chocolate. Hot chocolate.
Yeah. Oh my God. Oh, that's the bread you were talking about.
Is it on there?
The bread is on there too. Oh my God,
She's
it
a
looks
genius.
so
That girl's
good.
a genius.
Like what? You know, oh my God. Okay, let me try to find what is this? This says oh, that's a flourless chocolate cake. Now, I have made stuff with almond flour and it's very good. Like I make
You know what? I did this year with all the Christmas because I told myself this year when I did my baking, and I used my grandmother's recipe, you guys. I can't even believe I did this. I felt like I was in shame. Like I felt like I was not doing a good thing, but I did it anyways. I altered all my grandmother's recipes with almond flour.
no, that's not
All of
bad.
them.
No, that's not bad.
And I
Oh.
did organic sugar. I still, because the kids will be eating these, so this is not what I would eat. The other ones I did, I switched out to a loose or sorbet. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correct on some of the cookies, but the other cookies I did organic sugar. So I totally changed up my grandmother's recipes.
Um, no, I mean, I don't think that's bad at all. I used to do paleo and I have a really great paleo. It's called like Perfect or Practical Paleo, and it's this amazing cookbook. It was the first time I had ever used almond flour or anything. And there's a recipe for like pumpkin protein pancakes.
Oh, yum.
And I actually added like chunks of like pecan to it.
Uh-huh.
And it was just so good. And
That sounds good.
oh man. And that almond flour, I'm telling you,
Yeah,
just
I was
so good.
very impressed with how well it baked, that almond flour. Like I was like, ooh, I'm like, my grandma's looking over my shoulder right now.
She's probably like, what the hell is almond flour?
She probably
What have
is.
you done?
She was quite the baker. She actually passed away on Christmas Day. She
Oh,
passed when my grandma Joan passed away. She passed away on Christmas Day.
oh my God.
Yeah, and Christmas was her favorite holiday. And she used to make these ornaments, and I still have these ornaments. And I have this special tiny little tree, just her own little tree that I put her ornaments on that tree for her in my house.
Oh, that is so sweet. I love
My grandma
that.
Jo- and she was quite the baker. She baked, and Christmas was her time. And yeah, so yeah, I still
That is
have.
super sweet.
Yeah, and I still have a couple of her. I mean, I don't have a couple. I have quite a few of her recipes, and yeah, I just butchered those things. My
Like
grandma's probably like Melissa.
she's like, who taught you that? I didn't teach you that.
Right.
How dare you?
Looking down from heaven. Oh my gosh.
So funny. Okay, so look, I found her hot chocolate recipe. I really need to like do her program. This stuff looks delicious. Okay. It's unsweetened full fat cocoa powder,
Okay.
browned butter or coconut oil if you want to do dairy free,
Yeah, I usually do. I do a lot of coconut oils and milk and stuff.
Swerve confectioners,
Oh, that's that sorbet or whatever I said. That I think
Swerve.
is it sorbet or swerve? I don't know how to
Yeah, I
pronounce
don't
it.
even know what I'm saying. I've never even heard of it. I don't even know what it is.
It is amazing and it tastes so good. It totally tastes good.
I have to try it.
Like it
Oh,
doesn't taste like fake. You know that fake sugar is
like
just gross.
Splenda.
Oh, yeah, that is like nasty.
It's all
No.
that because it's all that aspartame. Aspartame's that chemical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this stuff doesn't have any of that. Like it's really like good.
She said you can use that or equivalent natural sweetener.
Okay.
Redmond real salt, just a few drops, or chocolate stevia, or English toffee stevia. That sounds kind of good.
Ooh, that sounds really good.
a pinch of cinnamon, unsweetened almond milk or heavy cream, or full fat coconut milk. That sounds actually good. Full fat coconut milk for that.
I cook with a lot of full fat coconut milk. In fact, she has this pudding which is made with full fat coconut milk, and you blend up eggs. It's like a protein pudding. And I actually eat that on a weekly basis. I really do. It gets me
Wow.
through a lot. So it's filling and yummy.
Oh, also you could use whipped cream, or she says my coconut cream for dairy free, sweetened with a few drops of monk fruit extract.
Okay.
That sounds absolutely delicious.
Yeah, it really does. In fact, I probably will make that for myself. I'll probably look it up and do it for myself because that does sound good. And I was
I
just curious. Well, I think it's the most adorable thing in the world that your son is making you hot cocoa and you guys have hot cocoa nights.
Oh
Um,
yeah. We're gonna have one after we get done recording this episode. It's gonna go down. I'm like
oh,
ready.
good. You should. I
I
love it.
actually just went to the grocery store and I bought like the 30 pack of like hot Coke. I was like, oh yeah, give me all the marshmallows too. I'm like chunking it in my
You're like, yes, this is happening.
it is.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, he's such a sweetheart. So
As a child, what was one of your favorite things that this just popped in my head, that you received as a gift? Like, do you have like one Christmas as a child that you remember receiving, like this gift that just like stays with you for a very long time?
Well, I was really into Barbies.
I can so see that.
So like Barbies were my life. And like I had to have every single Barbie ever known.
I can see
And
that.
I remember one year and now that I'm older, I know the story behind it, but like my uncle helped my mom because I was like the first grandchild in my family. And
Okay.
so my mom also was the only like woman in the family. Everybody else was boys, like the brothers, my uncles. And so all of us would go over to my great grandmother's house, like the whole family, and
Okay.
we would open gifts on Christmas Eve from each other and eat really good food, and we'd all stay the night there as a family.
Oh
And we
my God.
all lived local, but we would still just go and stay the night there. And then we'd wake up the next day, and I was the only kid, so all the gifts would be for me.
Oh
And
my gosh.
I'm like, I say that because I'm like, and it was actually really cool because my mom was poor as shit. Like, I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like my uncles really came through and played Santa to me and stuff, and helped my mom with that. And so did my grandmother and my great grandmother, because I was really close to my great grandmother.
Yeah.
So that's like who I'm named after. And I feel like a lot of people can't really say that. I feel very like that was really special.
Yeah. That is special.
So I just remember this one Christmas, like the Christmases, I felt like they were just like so fun. Like I just loved it so much. But I remember one specifically, it was just like this really pretty, like big dollhouse. And then
Oh.
like all these Barbies and like the Barbie car and it's
Oh.
all Barbied out. And I was just like, I'm in heaven. Like, I'm in heaven.
Oh,
It really was the best thing. So
that is such a beautiful story. I love it.
yeah, thanks. I'm kind of
Oh,
gonna cry right now because I'm like, I miss that. Like,
I
because
know.
I mean, everybody just gets older and things
They
change, and
do. They
you know,
totally change.
and so like people, I mean, like my mother's passed, she's not here, my great grandparents are gone. I don't know. So I was just kind of like, "Meh," but I had some really good times. And there's a big age gap between me and my cousins. A lot of my cousins are younger, even my brother, because my brother is like 9 years younger than me.
Okay.
So they didn't really get to experience that. And
No.
so, which is sad because it was just like so amazing.
Oh.
But anyway, what about you?
I was thinking of a Christmas actually. So my mom was really poor too. Like my parents divorced when I was 6 years old. So my mom really didn't have any money. And there was a Christmas that my grandmother ended up helping out on. And we stayed the night at my grandparents' house that night. And I remember we spent a lot of time during that year helping my grandmother out. And I was really young, like really, really young. And we did some baking, and I just remember doing the Christmas tree. And I remember this Christmas tree so well. It was so old. Like, I almost wish I had my grandmother's old Christmas decorations. Like, and this is a different grandma that I was talking about, of the one that passed away on Christmas. The one who passed away at Christmas is actually my dad's mom, where the one I'm talking about now is actually my mom's mom. And she had the really cool old style, like 1950s, like antique ornaments, like really super cool. And I kind of wished, I don't even know what happened to them. Most likely my mom went through all that and was like, chuck it, we're getting rid of it. But we had, my sisters and I had one Christmas I'll never forget. And I remember we were at their house, my grandma and grandpa's. And I even remember my sister Mindy and I waking up in the middle of the night. And I think Megan was just out, my sister Megan. And we would kind of try to find Santa that night. We kept on like trying to hear noises and like try, like every time like we'd hear something, we'd get up to see if Santa was there. Like it was like, we probably didn't get any sleep that night. But honestly, like I remember letting like setting out the milk and the cookies and stuff, and even checking on the milk and the cookies to see if there was a bite taken out, or like it like I remember Mindy and I were just so like investigating, like what is like, where is Santa? When is he gonna come? We want to see him. Anyways, my grandparents and my mom were so good, we never saw him. Like we did not see anything. But I do remember waking up, and that was the year we got our Cabbage Patch Kid dolls.
Oh my God.
And I will never forget mine, because she had blonde hair and green eyes, and she was from Germany. And I just remember I remember just getting so excited because they didn't wrap them. They set them out in front of the tree with our little names next to them. And I remember just running up to it and just being like, oh, like just like so excited. And then opening it up, and then like it came with the birth, like I don't know if you remember, but they came with birth certificates.
Yeah.
Like, I remember just sitting there and reading all about her on her birth certificate and just holding her in the arm. And yeah, that was, and what's interesting is I was always a Barbie girl, so I always loved my Barbies. But that year in particular, with our Cabbage Patch Kids, like our dolls, that was like a big Christmas for us. Really big Christmas.
That is so awesome. I remember the whole Cabbage Patch thing because I had one too.
Yeah, that was a big deal.
So great. And you know what? I love that you were like, their presents aren't wrapped.
Yeah, they weren't wrapped like that. Yeah. That was like the big Santa gift, and they didn't have it wrapped. Like it was out. And I thought, now looking back on it as an adult, like the fact that we tried to like one up Santa Claus, like we were so trying to like find Santa and like see him, and and we never did. And that just goes to show how good my grandparents were.
Oh my God, that is so funny. I felt that I did the same thing. And you know what though? I love that. I mean, that's how especially like it was from Santa, because none of the gifts were wrapped in the morning either. Yeah. Like for my family either.
But it was the same with you too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I love that. And it's so funny because I love that you say that, because I remember one time someone was like, that's so weird. I was like, no, it's not. You're weird.
That's how it was. Yeah, that's so funny. I would have said the same thing. I'm like, what? You're weird. Santa doesn't wrap.
Santa wrap gifts. Santa pulls them out of his bag and he sets them down all nice and pretty, and there you have it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what? You're doing it wrong. I don't know what you're doing.
Oh, that's
I did
awesome.
the same. I tried to catch Santa too one year, and it just didn't happen for me. Actually, I found out the ugly truth because my uncle like tripped over this huge play place. I don't know thing. Him and my mom were putting together for my brother,
Oh,
and I was like 10, so I was already on the verge. Like I felt like I believed for a long time,
yeah.
but like I was already on the verge. And
Yeah.
then like my uncle made such an ass out of himself and he laughed a little too loud while they were putting together everything. And I ran in there and
Yeah.
there was like boxes everywhere. And I was like, what's happening? And my mom's like, Ashley, go to bed. Get out of here, go to bed. And I was
The
like,
trauma.
I did like running out of my bed. I was like, what did I just see? You know,
Yeah.
what is that Toys R Us receipt doing there?
I don't remember how I found out there wasn't Santa. I don't remember that at all. I don't know.
I don't know. It's crazy. But I mean, that was the only time. I mean, so now it's like, I don't know. I wonder if there are any parents that like choose to just be like, look,
Oh
it's,
yeah, they do because I hear it all the time behind the chair from different. Yeah, I've heard it. Yeah,
I
they'll
have
just.
never heard that. Really? What do they
Oh
say?
yeah. Well,
Tell
we just
me.
say just we're letting them know that there's no Santa and this is the way it is.
Mm.
But I also feel like I live in the world of rainbows and unicorns, so I always wanted to do that for my kids.
Right. Me too. Me too.
Like, like I always wanted, like, I don't know, like I tried as long as I could in the world that was given to me at that moment, in time.
Yeah. My kids try to say, like, yeah, mom, Santa. And they do like the quotes.
That's what Caitlin does all the time. She does the quoting thing. Yeah, Santa.
Yeah. And I'm like, look, guys, if you don't believe, you don't receive.
That's what I say too. I'm like, you want a gift? You believe. We're all in it together.
Exactly. You better believe, damn it. Or Santa's gonna ship this shit back.
Well, I got into our gifts this year already. I told you about that this morning. I bought
Yes.
myself a robe and because I kind of got us all robes. And so this morning I couldn't find my other one. And I was like, ooh, that's right. I ordered that Victoria's Secret. Now, listeners, I have never had a Victoria's Secret robe ever. And it was something that I wanted to really do. So on Black Friday, I ordered me a Victoria's Secret robe. And I know it sounds silly, but it was just one of those little things in life that I really wanted for myself that I have never really done. And this morning I was getting myself ready and I couldn't find my robe. And it was cold. It's really cold. And I'm like, I just want my robe when I get out of the shower. So I went into the box and I'm like, I'm wearing this sucker. And it was literally heaven.
No, I think it's amazing. And I love that. I was like, yes. I mean, look, I want you to know though, like, I mean, I've ordered myself something for Chris. Actually, I ordered myself two things for Christmas, and it
Mm-hmm.
was not cheap, and
Mm-hmm.
it was very luxurious, and it should be here by Christmas. I might have said it was for somebody else so I could get it here by Christmas, but really it's for me.
I love that.
Anyway, I wanted to ask you though, because I have been wanting a robe so bad and I love Victoria's Secret. Like
Yeah.
I love it. And I love that I have their credit card, the credit card for them.
Too. I'm like,
Um,
I remember getting it for the first time. Like, this could be good or it could be really bad.
exactly. Because I love their perfume too. Like I love their perfume.
Well, and their workout gear. Have you ever purchased any of their workout gear? It is
No.
the best.
Is
I
it really?
love their active wear. Yeah.
I have to try it. Okay, which robe did you I'm so terrible right now. I'm looking because I want a robe so
As
bad.
we speak.
Yes, I know this is terrible, right? But like, I have to know which one what color is it?
Okay, so of course I got black because I wear a lot of my stuff is either black or pink.
Is it short? It's short, right? Fuzzy black robe.
Yes, and it has Victoria's Secrets and cursive on the back.
Ooh, let me look because I think it's this one. Oh yeah, because you said it was only like $30 or something, right?
Yeah, it wasn't that bad in price. In fact, I thought it was going to be double that price when I went in to purchase it for me, and I was like, "Ooh, this is not that bad." Yep, that's it.
I
Total.
thought so. This is
Yeah.
so cute.
And I got it a little bit bigger than my normal size, so I can, because it's kind of like, to me, like having like a throw blanket. You want it like bigger to really
Yeah.
kind of nestle into.
Oh, for sure. Because oh, I really like this one though. I really like the light pink stripe that says Sweet Dreams.
Ooh.
Oh, I like that a lot. That's super cute. I'm probably gonna get it. Anyway, I'm sorry. See, I'm so terrible. We're like recording an episode and I'm sitting here shopping.
I
Okay,
love it. I
I
love
can't.
it.
I
It
can't
was
help
it
myself.
was such a treat. And I will say I did think going into it was going to be more expensive, and it really wasn't that expensive. I really should have done that long ago, but I always had this thought that it was going to be a way more, and I never treated myself at that point, and I treated myself now.
I love this. You know what? And I want to. I want to get it like really big. I want to
Yeah,
get
and
like.
that's what I did. I got the biggest size just because I feel like after wearing robes for so many years, like for me, in that type of a robe, like a plush robe, like a bigger, like, type of robe like that, I like them big. Now, like my silky, like what are they called, like kimonos robes or whatever.
Oh,
I
like moo moo.
Yeah, like muumuus. My robes, that I have a couple of those from Victoria's Secrets, and those I get true to size just because I feel like if they're too big, then you can see all of my stuff. Like it's all like hanging off. Like, so I like to have it like more like where it's fitting.
Um, I know. Well, you know what though? I don't. I can't wrap my mind around the appeal though of a moo moo.
Are we talking about the same thing? Because mine is both of mine are just beautiful and they're silky, and I feel super sexy when I'm wearing it, putting my makeup on.
I've never look. I have never seen a woman have a sexy moo moo.
Okay, we're not talking about the same thing.
Maybe
It's
not.
What
Yeah,
are those like the silky robes
yeah,
that
but
you?
like you put them over.
No, you don't put it over. It's like a robe. Like
Oh,
it
right, but it
opens
buttons
up.
down.
No, it
Yeah,
doesn't button down.
or zip or something. What is it? What is it, right?
No, no, we're not talking about the same thing.
Probably not, because what I think of moo I think of like my mom's or my grandmother's that they used to have, and that thing was like a tent.
Oh, like those old pajamas?
They're like draped. You look like a damn tent. And that's why I'm
Oh,
like, you feel sexy in a moo
no, we
Wait,
are not talking about the same thing.
okay, well, we're not. I was like, wait a minute. You're like, yeah, you put on your boo boo. I was like, wait, why do you own a moo boo? I was like, this doesn't make sense to me.
Silky like robe, like I don't know what they're called. There is a cute little name for them. I don't even know, but I love them. They're cute. Mine's
Yeah.
purple with like lace on the like sleeves, and it's all frilly and
Oh yeah, like that. Yeah, that's not a moo Oh my god.
I think I've had a long day.
Because I'm just picturing you and you're like, I feel so sexy. I'm like, wait, what? Wait a
Like,
minute.
we are not talking about the same thing.
This can't be right. Oh my God, that's hilarious. I am so ready. I'm so ready for the holidays and stuff too. You know what I was gonna tell you though? One thing that I realized as I got older and stuff, and through experiences and everything, I decided to not let myself get stressed about the holidays, about spending, like
I
holiday
agree.
spending.
I would definitely agree. I will say my like outlook on things have changed a lot. And I definitely appreciate the little things in the moments of the holidays. Like, baking or, like putting the Christmas tree up or spending time with the kids. This afternoon it was actually really pleasant. Like after Carl chopped his finger off, which he didn't literally chop his finger off, but it was that dramatic in our house.
Oh
Uh,
my God.
all three of us sat in front of the TV and just kind of chilled in front of the Christmas tree and just watched a movie together. And it was so nice. I meant to like take a nap because I was so tired, but it was so enjoyable being in that moment. I just loved it. And that's why I've decided that I am doing is that I'm not getting stressed out anymore. I just want to
No.
enjoy the moment.
No, and you know what? I actually was gonna tell you, everything worked out when I was talking to you yesterday about, okay, well, for our listeners that don't know, I'm moving and I'm moving into a house that I manifested that I really want. I mean, all the way down to how the kitchen looks, and it's two
Yes, you did.
stories. I
Yep.
just like had this vision and it just came about and it happened. So, you know, I'm sure other parents struggle with this whenever your kids are like, oh, I only want a couple things. Well, the couple things they want, it's pretty pricey, right? But then you'll get it, and then you're like, this looks like they get nothing for Christmas. Like it literally only looks like they have a couple things. And so I was really like, okay, I'm gonna have to tell my kids, like, look, you're gonna get what you really want, but do you want like those filler type gifts or what? Because we're gonna be moving. And anyway, I wanted to tell you that something happened today and everything changed and came through for me, and I can do it all.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew that
So
everything was just going to be put in motion and you could do it all. And your Christmas and your moving is all going to be fantastic.
it
And just
what it
going to go right in place. Oh,
yes.
love it.
I'm just so happy. I just wanted to share that with you.
Yeah.
And but I still feel like, I still want to um spend responsibly and not spend in like stressed out mode, if that makes any sense.
Absolutely, sons. And I would do the same thing. I would be very just so well, here's the thing. And I've kind of been a little bit more strict with the kids a little bit with this. Because I have been easier as far as anything that they want, I've been pretty much providing for them. But there does need to get to the point where there's a difference between a need and a want.
Hmm.
And we need to kind of keep more on our needs than our wants.
Exactly. And that's kind of what that's how I was feeling. I was like,
Yeah.
even though everything has worked out and I can get the extra stuff for the kids and the move is happening. This is great. But at the same time, I was like, I want to be really self-aware of my spending. And I want to be able to recognize when I'm feeling pressured to spend. And that's by anything. Because you
Yeah.
can feel pressure to spend from commercials,
Yes.
ads that you get in the mail, stuff you see on social media, and you don't even realize it. And you can automatically, like, your thoughts go on autopilot, and you're like, oh, I really need to go get that too. Oh, I
Right.
really need to buy that. Oh, yeah, I really need to have that too. Or I need to make sure I get this. And it can be a lot. And so
And it adds up. Everything adds up.
it does. And it's like, I want to be able to not feel pressure and be smart about that kind of stuff. And I think, you know, and I also feel like people are so afraid that other people are going to judge them if they don't do or don't spend or, you know, because
People need to get over that. Trust me. The grass is not greener on the other side. Let's get over that.
I know, right? It's like, no.
Totally get over that.
So, yeah, I mean, I think that's one thing as I've gotten older and through experiences, I don't buy stuff out of pressure anymore.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I do it because like I want to do it or my kids want to do something or I'll look at it and be like, is this necessary? Like what you were saying.
I agree.
So And also my kids did enlighten me and tell me that last year Santa, even though he brought what they wanted, the other gifts were like stuff that they didn't even care about.
Well, there you go.
So I really appreciated that feedback. Because a lot of those little cheapo filler gifts to make it look like a lot. I mean, that was a lot of money that was just wasted.
Right.
So I was like, okay, duly noted. So,
That's awesome. Aw.
but anyway,
Well, this was fantastic, Ash.
it was. I feel like this is such a good episode. I say that about it. I've said that about every episode so far, but you know,
Yeah, but they are. They're going good. I'm really enjoying this.
me
This is
too.
so much fun.
I know. Oh, and um, you've been working really hard on our website.
Yes. Oh yeah. Oh my God. I can't believe I was totally gonna forget about our website. Yes. So we so we have a website. Very proud. I just kind of put it together. Just for our listeners to have somewhere to go to listen to more of our episodes or other episodes, or even a donation or questions or whatever you might want from us.
Yes, because we really enjoy putting out content. We really enjoy the feedback that we've been getting, questions that we've been getting, things like that. And it's just been so amazing so far. And I'm actually really happy with how everything has been turning out so quickly. So
Yeah.
I mean, the need for a website, it just came about so fast. And I am super excited because, the donations are great. And then we can put out even more episodes and expand even more. And so I'm just excited.
Yeah, I'm excited too.
This is great. This is
yeah. Yeah, it's been a blast.
Well, thanks guys for tuning in, and we hope you have a happy holiday, whatever it is you celebrate. And
Yes.
or if you don't celebrate, that's totally fine. We support it. We support you.
We totally support it. And if you don't celebrate of anything, my birthday is December 22nd. So you can always, if you feel like you need to celebrate something during these holidays, but you don't want to do Hanukkah, you don't want to do Yule, you don't want to do Christmas, hey, there is Melissa's birthday.
December 22nd. That's right. We would do like a massive Zoom call and everybody can drink.
Right. Celebrate.
Like, cheers to your birthday.
I love it.
So great. And also I'm gonna include those links
Yes.
for Maria Emmerich for her Instagram and her YouTube, and then our website as well. It's going to be a lot of great information in the show links for those of you that are interested in switching or trying some good keto alternative meals, and our website to support us. And I love it. So you guys enjoy the holidays or not, and we'll talk to you next time.
Bye.